Good afternoon everybody at St. Joseph's School. It's great to see you again for hopefully what will be the very last time, because next week of course we will all be together back in school from Tuesday. From Monday we will have our year 5-6s in school for the very first time as a full year group, as a year 7 and 8 finish off their testing. And of course we'll all be back together on Tuesday, and all assemblies will be as normal in our school hall live for separate year groups, which is very, very exciting. So thank you to everybody for all your patience over the last number of weeks and months, not just with all your live teaching and your remote learning, but having to put up with all the restrictions that we've had in place and having to school in a different way. But hopefully there is light at the end of the tunnel, and we've come through this and we'll be back to normal next week. Okay, with that in mind, just for any parents who are watching this assembly this week, can I just remind everyone that we have a very important letter that's coming out on Thursday evening to give parents all the information they need to know about what our school will look like when we return. We did this during lockdown 1, so that on the letter itself will be our starting times, our class arrangements, information about clubs and lunches, uniform updates, curriculum changes, and anything else that you would want to know about as our pupils return to school next week. Now then, we're in the third week of Lent, and I'm delighted that we've got Mr. Simpson here this week to give us some Lenten messages. Mr. Simpson.
Good afternoon everyone, and I hope you're having a great day. I just want to talk to you a little bit more about Lent today. And there are 3 pillars to Lent, and one of them is about giving alms, charity work. And in the next few weeks as a school, we're going to be supporting a special needs school in Zambia. And this school has very limited life resources, like they have very little access to clean, fresh water. And what we would like you to do as a school is, we would like you to raise money by filling Smartie tubs or any type of tub with spare coins, coppers, so we can help those who are less fortunate than we are. We all know in this pandemic how difficult it is to keep germs from spreading, but just imagine what it must be like to stop germs from spreading without access to clean, fresh water. Finally, we know that during Lent we must try to become close to God by giving to others, and this would be a wonderful way to do that. But I also want to talk to you today about Lenten Promises. In deciding our Lenten Promises, we should decide generously. After all, before us is the great gift that Jesus gave us all. He gave his life for us all on the cross. Pope Francis said in his Ash Wednesday homily, Lent is also a privileged time for prayer. When Pope Francis spoke, he quoted St. Augustine, who described fasting and almsgiving as the 2 wings of prayer, because they are signs of humility and charity. Prayer offers us all a very special opportunity this Lent to grow in our relationship with God and to deepen our commitment to a way of life rooted in our baptismal promises. In our busy and chaotic world, prayer provides us with an opportunity to reflect upon our behaviour, both good and bad choices. We should pray more deeply and be sorry for what we've done wrong and also what we've failed to do, and to be generous to those in need. Take care everyone.
By the time everyone sees this assembly, nearly all our 7s and 8s will have been tested at least once in school. The testing has been absolutely amazing, and I'm delighted with everybody and being so resilient and coming in over the last couple of days. Well, I'm delighted to be able to give you a little bit more insight into testing by watching the following little video that we've done outside. Hi everyone, welcome to St. Joseph's Testing Centres. We've been testing here since January the 4th, and I've literally completed thousands of tests on year 7 and 8 critical worker children and staff members. This week, as you know, by the time you see this video, nearly all of you will have been through our testing centre. And the good news is, by Monday, we will have completed all our statutory testing that we have to do in school. Okay, after Monday, the plan is that you will all receive a testing kit like so. Okay, and with the help of your parents, you'll be able to do your tests at home and to log your results in each week. Okay, and your test kits look a little bit like this. You have a swab, you have some vials, you have tubes, and of course you have your lateral flow test kit. Without getting into any detail, don't worry boys and girls, we're going to show you how to complete these next week when you're in school, so that you're able to do this independently when you're at home. Okay, so big congratulations to everybody. We're getting there. This is not going to last forever, but the good news is when you come back to school from Tuesday, year 7 and 8, we won't be doing this hopefully anymore. I think everybody knows that this week is National Careers Week, and what we'd normally be doing at St. Joseph's, of course, is bringing in a number of professionals from all different types of jobs to try and inspire our pupils. And this is something that we are aiming to do at the end of the summer term by having a careers fair. So please can I ask all the pupils to watch Mrs. Hagger's Facebook clip this week about National Careers Week. Many of you will have already been within lessons this week where we're talking about careers, how important they are, and you'll have been taking part in various PowerPoints and activities. So if you haven't seen them, please check them out now. Now then, we're coming to the Bake Off Week 6 prize winners just in a moment. I just thought I'd quickly mention for any pupils that have not read last week's newsletter that we actually are promoting the Junior Bake Off 2021. Now Mrs. Sinclair has sent some information on last week's newsletter about this. For any pupils who want to enter the Channel 4 Bake Off, you need to be between 9 and 15 years old and go to the Junior Bake Off website, and all the information there for entries is on there. I do hope some of our pupils do apply for it. We've got some marvellous cooks, which has been proven over the last few weeks at St. Joseph's and St. Mary's. So please have a go and enter the competition. Okay, boys and girls, it's so important that we keep fit. Many of you have been doing wonderful at home with all our remote PE lessons or doing your own physical exercise daily. But I'm delighted that we've got Mr. Secker here today and Brian Ross, our golf coach, to tell us a little bit more about what you're going to be doing in school from next week to keep fit and to enjoy the range of PE lessons and opportunities that we're going to organise for you.
Hi Brian, next week we've got all of the pupils returning to school, so what skills are going to be offering to them and what year groups are going to be taking part in the golf?
It'll be great to get back to normal. The pathway to get back into golf was just announced this week, and it's great to get back to normal. We're looking forward to that. So next week we've got at St. Mary's, we've got year 3 and 4 in PE time, and we've got a breakfast club that's open to any year group within the school. And then at St. Joseph's here we've got year 7 and 8. And we've got we've got an after school club that's open to all year groups at St. Joseph's also. Hopefully we're going to get outside. The weather's been quite nice recently. If we get outside we can do a lot more outside, and we'll be learning the skills of just hitting things with things. We've got lots of fun tools and lots of different types of balls, and we just want to try and get them to just get used to hitting things. All the skills are relative to playing real golf. It might not look like real golf to some of the children at times, but it's all the skills that they're developing will help them if they ever go on to take real golf up in the future, which will be great to see if you can do that.
That sounds fantastic. As well as golf, we've got lots of other clubs that will be available for you both before school, at lunchtime and after school, so keep an eye out for the newsletter, and we can't wait to see you back taking part in sport at St. Joseph's next week.
Big congratulations to everybody who took part in Miss Dodds' Space Camp competition. Well, I'm delighted that we have got some winners, and here are the winners now, introduced by Miss Dodds.
I just want to start by saying thank you to everybody who entered the space competition. It really was fantastic to see the effort and the detail that people have put into their piece of work. We've had such a range of models handed in and sent in. And it was lovely to sit and look, and the effort and the writing that you explained to me what you had done and how you'd gone through the process of making the model. It really was lovely to see, and it's clear how much hard work has been put into it. The images of the entries will be on Facebook. Unfortunately, I can't show you the winning entries or the entries today, but you will be on Facebook later tonight, so you'll be able to see them. There were 2 specific projects that I really struggled choosing between. So I do have a runner-up prize, and I do have a winner's prize as well. I will start with the runner-up prize, which goes to Max in 6D. Now he really put in a lot of work. All of the individual planets were decorated in a very specific way. It was beautiful, really beautifully presented. And he will have a big bar of Galaxy chocolate to pick up from me next week. However, there is a winner who will be receiving a new book. Now this book is this year's edition of the Guinness World Records, and the reason I picked this book specifically is because at the very beginning of this book, it's very in detail, all about space. It goes into a lot of detail about each part of our solar system separately, looking at all of the planets and what is potentially going to happen in the future for space as well. So it's very on trend, and that also comes with a bar of Galaxy. And this prize will be going to Ilya in 6H for her fantastic model of the solar system. You will see those all on Facebook. Congratulations to Ilya and to Max, and your prizes will be able to pick up from me when we are back in school next week. Again, thank you to everybody that entered the competition. It was really hard to choose. It wasn't something that was very easy for me. So please, round of applause to those winners.
Okay, it's Bake Off time, and here is Mr. Norton to give us a little bit more information on our Bake Off board. Okay everybody, it's Bake Off week 6, and this week it was the cupcake challenge. I'm delighted to be able to judge the entry this week after Mr. Bell, our catering manager, set the challenge last week. So come a little bit closer and check out all the wonderful cupcakes. You can see all sorts of colours there and patterns and flavourings which have gone in to make these really tasty cupcakes. I love the marshmallows here, the little piglets on this one. I love how the eyes have really sort of made these mice sort of come to life. And I think this one could be a Gruffalo, okay? But after closer scrutiny, I've decided to give this week's £10 Amazon voucher to this World Book Day entry. Now this is Madeline from year 5. You can see there she's got the books, which is made out of, it looks like marzipan on top of the cakes there, could be wrong. But Madeline, the £10 voucher's coming your way, and congratulations to everybody who entered this week's Bake Off. For the very last time, remotely, it is Stars of the Week. It's been very difficult for us to pick Stars of the Week winners every week because we've had so many fantastic pupils who are really engaging with their online working. But Mr. Secker's here this afternoon to tell us who are, for the very last time in our remote assembly, the Stars of the Week this week. Mr. Secker.
This week's Stars of the Week, Mrs. Coulson has picked Isabella and Casey for their excellent contributions in class. Mrs. Dutchin has picked Charlotte N and Janie May in 8D and 8S for RE for excellent RE written work. Mrs. Hager has picked Violet. She says it's such a pleasure to read your responses to learning, well thought out and beautifully presented work for English and RE. I have picked Liam from 7H for his excellent attitude towards his maths work and him being extremely helpful when he's been in school. Mrs. Sinclair has picked Madeline from 5G for an excellent and mature attitude to her learning. Mr. Simpson has picked Max from 5M, Joshua and Daniel from 8D. Max is for great participation in English, very enthusiastic. Joshua always tries so hard with his online maths lessons, and Daniel very helpful during our maths lessons. Mr. Rocha has also picked Madeline from 5G for her outstanding music composition. Mrs. Gelson has picked Libby in Year 6 for her hard work in her lessons. Mrs. Carlson has picked Seth in 5M for all of his hard work during lockdown. Well done to everybody.
Okay, it's birthday time for pupils at St. Joseph's. We've got a few this week, so congratulations to the following pupils. Happy birthday to Oliver in 5M, to Jonathan in 8D, to Henry in 6H, and finally to Charlie in 6D. Have a fantastic birthday. Okay, to sign off this week, we have one of our Year 8 pupils who's reading a special prayer written by Pope Francis for protection of families during COVID-19.
Pope Francis, prayer to Mary for protection during the COVID-19 pandemic. O Mary, you shine continuously on our journey as a sign of salvation and hope. We entrust ourselves to you, health of the sick. At the foot of the cross, you participated in Jesus' pain with steadfast faith. You, salvation of the Roman people, know what we need. We are certain that you will provide so that, as you did at the Cana of Galilee, joy and feasting might return after this moment of trial. Help us, Mother of Divine Love, to conform ourselves to the Father's will and do what Jesus tells us. He who took our sufferings upon himself and bore our sorrows to bring us through the cross to the joy of the resurrection. Amen. We seek refuge under your protection, O Holy Mother of God. Do not despise our pleas, we who are put to the test, and deliver us from every danger, O glorious and blessed Virgin.
Okay, that's the end of our assembly for the last time. Remember, next week is going to be a completely different week. It's an incredibly exciting time as we all return back to school, and I look forward to seeing you all then. Until then, stay safe and God bless.